Are you ready, kids?
Good morning, Vietnam!
Oh my god, I'm pissed.
Are you gonna have to?
I'm not doing nothing to that. So if you're upset about what just happened to your TV or your computer screen, that's on Brandon. That's gonna be peak. That's gonna be. I try to keep it around -12. That's going into like +9 for sure.
Welcome to
That was
Dragon
amazing.
Ball Speak.
Ball speak. Welcome to Ball Speak.
I'm so lightheaded. I'm so lightheaded now.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. It's a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z and rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
I will not become a chocolate bar.
That's our other host, Yamcha. And this is Dragon Ball Speak episode 87. I literally didn't. That was like more than I expected to do, but less than I could have done, and I still got really lightheaded for that full intro
sequence. At the end
sequence.
there, it got real painful for you, I imagine. That was like cutting your throat open.
I was inspired by Sean Schemmel, and we had a little mix of what is that from? Good Morning Vietnam?
Mosh. Right? Or MASH?
MASH?
With Robin Williams?
Thank you to Shuffle T, Brian Kazmala, and Rai Pato 1992 for being our lovely patrons. We appreciate your support, and with all due respect, what is it? What am I looking for? Not with all due respect. With no further ado.
Oh, I was like, with all due respect, I was like, who's he about? Is he about to shit on somebody? Or like,
with all due respect, that guy Rai Pato 1992.
He's a cutie.
He's the biggest piece of dog shit.
God.
Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen the video of The Rock saying that? It's the biggest piece of dog shit. That's what I keep
response
referencing.
To that one dude from Fast and Furious's album.
Anyway, we had some highs. We had some lows.
Yeah, we did.
We had some, actually, in my opinion, in all of Dragon Ball Speak history, this is the biggest disparity within one of our episodes of the biggest disparity of high and low in one of our episodes.
I should have known because before we started, Brandon was like, "Oh yeah, these are going to be some good ones. These are going to be some heaters." And like, he's and whatever pretty much. Anytime Brandon gasses up episodes, he's like 2 episodes behind or something. I don't know how he does it.
I was at least 1 episode behind on this one. I didn't know. I had to apologize to him because episode 278 was one of the biggest pieces of dog shit, according to The Rock, that I have had to watch on this show.
Yeah.
That was probably my least favorite filler episode out of everything we've ever watched.
See, that's crazy because I didn't actually hate it too much.
I think I was just like really excited. So we'll get to it. There's a couple reasons I feel that way.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of 277, remember last episode we left off, Kid Buu has appeared and has formed, and he is there. And so I really like this episode's approach to no bullshit no, that's not true. There is some bullshit because Goku and Vegeta set down the family and they're like, okay, they're safe. Let's go, take care of business. And Boo's standing up there and he flies over to another rock and he's doing his thing, standing there for a second. And then we cut because Supreme Kai feels the need to give Kid Buu we get a Kid Buu flashback of the history of the Buu, which the reason that he is Fat Buu is because he absorbed that one Kai.
I actually liked this flashback.
Go ahead. Take it away.
You seem offended.
No.
I said, go ahead.
No, I'm going to let you take it away because, well, it was an important flashback, and I think, and what is the important takeaway is that to become Fat Buu, he absorbed the Fat Kai, and that made him weaker. The flashback to me was fine. It was just a little too long.
Yeah, there's we'll just take it from the top. Buu attacks the Kai planet, and up first is West Kai. She goes down. Next up, North Kai. She goes down. North Kai is the holder of the Z sword, it seems, or a sword of some sorts. After that, South Kai. Buu absorbs South Kai, and that's how we get Chode Buu, who we have not actually really seen that Boo, but we have seen like a more jacked Boo before.
It was literally I don't even think this is accurate, but it was the Boo that we saw for like 1 second in between transformations while he was becoming Kid Boo, I guess.
And then,
but I don't think that. I think per manga, the only Kai that he absorbed is the fat one.
Yeah, that checks out. And then after that, all that's left is East Kai, who is our Kai, Supreme Kai.
Yes.
And he is about to fight Boo and basically die by Boo's hands. But then the Kai leader, Kai?
Yeah,
Something?
I guess.
Never heard of him, seen him, or anything, nothing.
I couldn't tell you.
He jumps in front of Boo's blasts and takes it, and then Boo absorbs Kai and becomes Fat Boo. The key takeaway here, for me at least, and then Bibbidi shows up and is like, I will feed you cake as long as you're obedient. And
it was actually Bobbidi.
How could I? Yeah,
really, rookie blunder, bro.
For real. Bobbidi shows up and is like, I'll give you cake if you are obedient. And Boo loves cake, so he's all. Even though Boo has no this is such a weird exchange because he's like, hey, Boo, do you like cake? And Boo's like, I don't know what that is. And then Bobbity's like, it's pretty good. And Boo's like, oh, cake. I love cake. And then he's like, I'll give you cake every day if you listen to me. And Boo has no real reason to. Boo doesn't even know what cake is. He's just a silly little boy. Anyway, old Kai, Roshi Kai, in this moment tells us that Kid Boo, the original Boo, is like the strongest because absorbing actually makes Boo weaker. Because, I don't know, is this canon?
So absorbing that Kai specifically made him weaker.
And, well, theoretically, I feel like all the other Kai.
So
because I think, for me, I took it as, I dropped my pen. I took it as Kid Boo is super strong, stronger than like everybody else. And every time he absorbs somebody, it's like a negative power gain. So he's weakening himself.
No.
Yeah.
I think that so Kid Boo being the strongest Boo is a dubism.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because think about it. You have Kid Boo, and if he absorbs Ultimate Gohan and Gotenks and Piccolo, like he's stronger.
Yeah. Is he?
Which is why Vegito was on par with Super Boo at that point. But now that he's Kid Boo, we clearly see Goku holding his own alone. But saying, he's stronger than ever is exciting. But like logically speaking, he is not strong. And I don't remember subwise, but like I don't know if they say this subwise, but the strongest form of Boo, like math wise, is Super Boo.
So why? Which one's Super Boo? Channing
like
Tatum Boo.
Yeah, like absorbing Gohan and absorbing Piccolo. And
so why is the show like hyping up Kid Boo so much? Is it just because it's a cooler design?
It's because it's his version of a final form.
Interesting.
The thing is, though, like with Frieza's final form, stronger. This one is his final form because it's actually his original form, which is more dangerous to me because he has a lack of intelligence and he's way more chaotic, as we see in this episode. And so I feel like in the sub, perhaps they said like this one's more dangerous, or maybe something along those lines.
He does have a like escaped gorilla vibe to him,
right?
Like he's hitting on his chest and like making noises that sound like the Vulture boss from Donkey Kong Country.
That's funny. He's basically like Dragon Ball's like chaos personified into a villain. Chaos from the Final Fantasy game.
Yes, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins.
Yeah, so this is what they were referencing.
One of the best games released in 2022.
Legitimately one of the best looking games ever released.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. People love that PS2. It's nostalgic.
Yes.
And I think they just tapped into that.
Yes. So, no, he's probably not stronger like power level wise, but, that's not what it's all about. Yeah. He is more dangerous, you could certainly argue. Was that the whole flashback? Yeah, so they explain that he's pure evil. There is no appealing to pathos. There is no Mr. Satan could be like, wait, remember B? Like, that's out of the picture now. Even with Super Boo, even after he split with Fat Boo, he didn't want to kill Satan.
Yeah.
What they're saying to us here is that this one is just pure evil. And so he does a little blast, and they're like, holy crap, they could have destroyed the planet. And Vegeta stops it. He, like, blasts it away. But then he, like, Kid Boo laughs, and Vegeta calls him a coward because he's like, you should fight us, not destroy the planet. And so that's, from prior Dragon Ball experience where you would expect the villain to be like, okay, I'll fight you then.
Yeah.
But no, what's cool about Kid Buu is that he was like, oh, okay. So then he doesn't give a shit and he just makes a bigger blast.
But they run away, which I thought was weird because I feel like if you interrupt his blast, you're good.
By the time they realized what was happening, they said it was too big. They said we can't stop this one.
Cowards.
Like it's just too strong, too big, too.
You know who could have stopped it?
Who? Hercule Satan? Oh.
Hercule. Come on, dude. Stop with that bullshit. Get that out of here.
He could have shot. He has the Glocky.
He does have the sticky.
He has the blicky. But I love this sequence because the music is awesome.
Yeah,
the mood, the color changing and the mood lighting, and they're running away from this blast that's like catching up behind them. And I love that they realize that it's
the plan is to instant transmission, but Goku can't focus enough to do it.
Right.
So Supreme Kai comes out of nowhere. Well, we learn later he can go anywhere and rescues them. Goku has to make a decision. Well, he kind of already made the decision, but it's Dende and Satan and B that he saves, and not Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks, Goten, and
that's it.
That's it.
Gohan.
So
to me, this was not a decision of I can only save one or the other. I pick Satan. It was he was going to save his sons, noticed Satan and Dende looking scared, went and grabbed them, was going to grab his sons, ran out of time. They had to go.
Yes, I agree. But It's a good choice that he made. Not choice. If you had to save one of these groups, he picked the right group.
Really? I'm actually very surprised you think that.
Well, just like for needing the Dragon Balls and stuff, I feel like Dende is a key to that.
Well, the Dragon Balls are destroyed.
Well, not the ones on Namek.
They don't need Dende for those.
Well, I kind of thought they did. I'll be honest.
No, they need
a Namekian.
They need their guardian for those, which is they said his name. I can't remember. Whoever their elder is.
Thor.
No.
It's the guy that looks like Thor.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you called him back in the day?
I don't remember. Maybe. Dropping my pen, and my mic's picking up on my breathing. I'm sorry.
However, with him being alive, in theory, the Earth Dragon Balls, were they not destroyed, they would still be able to use.
Yeah. So actually, he just didn't.
So what do you think narratively? You are writing this story.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon Balls are destroyed. So Dende, for that purpose, like in theory, that is not invalid. So why do you think, as a writer, you decide instead of him being able to save everyone, or instead of him picking Gohan and them instead, why do you think he has them pick Dende?
Well, I thought it was going to be like a moment for Goku and Vegeta, but it doesn't really. They're not that emotionally affected by it. But they quickly...
They were...
Yeah, and then they quickly surmised that, like, we're going to get the Dragon Balls from Namek.
So, yeah, I have a comment on that. I do wish they would have allowed that tension to...
Yeah, because Vegeta was, like, especially pissed. He was pissed at Goku, and I think Vegeta had the more dad response. And
Goku at the end of this episode was also... He was basically just reacting to the way Vegeta was scolding him, but he was carrying the weight of his decision. Now, of course, all that is ruined by the dog shittiness of the next episode.
Yes.
All tension gone and all, everything. All the mood
But we do get
gone.
to see Krillin.
Yeah, we get to see a Play-Doh version of Krillin, like looking like a cartoon, he looks like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy or something. That's how bad this looked. And I don't even mean that show looked bad. I mean it in a bad way. And
derogatory.
Yeah, very. So Vegeta's pissed. Yeah, because Supreme Kai was going to bring him the earrings, but then by the time he got there, it was too late. And then it turned out they didn't want the earrings anyway. Next episode. But yeah, Gohan, Goten, etc. are officially dead. Trunks, and Gohan, Goten, Trunks, Piccolo, dead.
And Gohan.
Very dead. Yes. Satan and Dende were saved by them. I give it a 6 out of 7. I think... Excuse me. I love the desperation. I'm having some indigestion, it seems. I love the desperation with Kid Buu's blast and the mood of that, and the fact that they completely failed to protect the Earth in that case.
Yeah.
I think I'm finally satisfied that a villain, instead of fighting them, he destroys the Earth. How long has it been Since Frieza, I've been like, I'm frustrated that Cell won't destroy the planet. I'm frustrated that Boo won't destroy the planet. Like, if you want to kill every person on a planet,
just destroy the planet.
and everyone since the Vegeta arc, the Saiyan arc, has had the capability of destroying planets, including the villains.
From the show's start, the villain has always had the power to destroy a planet with ease.
Exactly. So like it frustrates. So what I like about Kid Buu is that he immediately did not throw a punch, did not say a word, just destroyed the damn planet.
Yeah, he did the
He's like,
damn thing.
I don't give it a darn. I gave it a 6 out of 7. Especially the last 5 minutes brought it up for me from probably a 4 or a 5.
I gave it a 5 out of 7.
Yes.
But yeah, very good. Episode 278. True Saiyans fight alone. The episode begins with Goku asking the Kais, specifically Supreme Kai who brought them to the Kai planet, what about the boys? Goku, I've got some spoilers for you. They are so beyond dead.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. It's like he knew that at the end of last episode, and now they're like playing it off again, and he's just like...
It's such a funny question because like they are not just dead. They are non-existent. Like no particle of their body exists anymore.
Sad but true.
Like obviously the show doesn't have to address this or need to address this, but like going around and destroying whole planets, the damage that would do to solar systems is catastrophic.
Yeah, the tides.
Yeah, like how are you gonna surf?
I'm pretty sure this whole episode is filler with the exception of the Dragon Ball conversation and the
Yamcha saying, "I will not become a chocolate bar."
I will not become a chocolate bar. What is that?
That was me moving because I keep hearing myself breathing into the mic.
Are you sure it's not me? I have a really bad habit of doing that. Anyway,
I think it's me. Sorry if you're hearing my nose.
And the Vegito conversation. So we presumably will never see Vegito again. We had another opportunity for Vegito, and they crushed the earrings again.
Yeah, mad respect for that.
Do you think we ever see Vegito again?
Yeah.
Really?
Like a fusion of them, or like specifically Patar?
Specifically Vegito.
I mean, if they fusion danced, would they be not? They would
not
probably,
Vegito.
Then no, we won't ever see Vegito again. It was a big epic fail.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. There are Vegito defenders out there.
Yeah, well, we also have another word for them, and it's losers.
We get a couple jokes in this episode. I wish they would have kept the tension without mentioning the Dragon Balls immediately. I wish they would have just been like, the Earth Dragon Balls are destroyed, cut to Namek like they did, and like hint that maybe there's a chance, and then keep moving on. That way that tension remains. They make a little joke about the Bulma kiss, because for some reason the Elder Kai is like, the natural order of the evolution of the universe is being disrupted if you use those Dragon Balls for other planets, which, whatever. And then he's like, but you'll get to kiss Bulma if we bring them back. And then he's like, okay.
The Vegeta's like, wait a minute.
And then I do like Vegeta getting mad at Goku about that.
Are you talking about my Bulma?
My wifey poo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you sound a little bit like Zarbon there. That's a deep cut. For those who don't know, Zarbon is a character from Dragon Ball Z. And he, I think, might have been Vegeta's last kill, if not Dodoria. Yeah. So yeah, super lame, stiff power up because for some reason Kid Buu ends up in Otherworld. Doesn't make any sense. Well, this is supposed to be another like realm.
I know and they address it in the next episode. They say like, we're on the physical realm now and stuff, and it's such a weird.
It's so stupid, dude.
It's just strange dialogue.
Strange dialogue, and that power up is like so lame.
They're just standing there, and then they go like,
and you can tell they didn't even put their heart into like the voices of it because like, for example, in episode 279, we get one of Goku's best power ups like ever.
Yep.
And like the sound alone difference is awesome. This episodes like this, I feel like give Dragon Ball Z a bad rep because they are such a pain to watch.
These are the ones like this would be completely cut in Kai.
Yeah, this was vomit on my eyes.
It was ugly.
It was so ugly from the first shot. Even you said something. No offense, and you are not usually one to point out animation quirks.
That's true.
And it was the biggest piece of dog shit, as Dwayne would say. I gave it a 1.
Dwayne.
I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because I know where we are, and the last episode ended so strong, and the next episode is mostly incredible, and like it's just such a and part of the reason the next episode is so incredible is probably because of this one being dog shit, but still.
It's still a pretty good episode.
This one?
The next one. Like on its own, I think it stands. It's a great episode.
Oh, of course.
Without the contrast. I gave this one a 2 out of 7. It's not my least favorite filler, but definitely sucks. I just think the filler doesn't hurt me as much as other filler in the Boo arc, because the Boo arc has so many lows.
It has so many lows, but most of them aren't filler.
I know. Yeah, but like I'm swimming in lows, so what's another body hit,
Is Boo arc, like, without question for you, the bottom of the 4 main arcs?
I think so. I'm excited to do a discussion when we finish, so I can like kind of watch summaries of each arc.
Yeah,
just get a little reminder of what each one was.
Absolutely.
But like right now, yeah. But I'm also in it, so
I feel like if we ever watch Kai, when we do, or if we do, we'll do Japanese subs for sure for a different perspective. Or we might just do the dub because it's a better dub anyway. It's more accurate. But anyway, I think Kai would change your opinion. I think reading the manga would also change your opinion
of the arcs.
Mm-hmm.
So Vegeta would probably be the worst arc, or Saiyan arc.
No, it's no.
Really?
Nah, no. All of the arcs are better because there's no filler.
But would I still like the Boo arc the least, you think?
Yeah, because it has the least filler out of any arc, I think.
Fair enough.
So, like, if you don't like the villain as a concept, it's not going to improve it too much. But it does feel much quicker because reading is faster than watching.
This is Japan's favorite arc?
I've read that Cell was rated really low in Japan, and then Boo was rated like higher. But I think Frieza is most popular out of anybody in both regions.
Makes sense.
But yeah, this is one of the worst fillers for me. Probably the worst filler in 200 episodes. Outside of like the spaceship stuff, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That or like fake Namek and
yeah, that was low. I give it a 1. But episode 279, Battle for the Universe begins. I will start this one by saying I think this fight in this episode, which is essentially a warm-up / precursor to the next few, we assume, episodes, is one of the, if not the best looking, one of the most impressively animated episodes in the series.
I agree.
It's like one of those, like, it's like God tier.
Yeah, and it immediately starts that way.
Dude, the first shot of Goku, I was like, what the hell?
He's like ripped, and all the contrast and the shadows in his muscles is like, it's good.
The detail is super high. The art style is completely different. It's so jarring from the last episode because the last one was so bad.
They put their whole artisty into it.
They did. And their animosity.
As well. I'm glad you brought that up. I forget about
art and animation are two different things.
Exactly.
Remember.
Yeah.
The thumbs up shot. I don't know. You've probably seen that a million times in GIFs on Twitter.
I have.
Yep. So the iconic
that one
thumbs
felt
up.
good.
Yep.
There was also. No, we'll get to it at the end of the episode.
Okay, please don't forget. Now, the Kai and them teleport to a different world to stay safe, and then Vegeta and Goku are happy because they can fight to their heart's content, barring the planet being destroyed. Like, they have nothing to worry about. And then Goku and Vegeta to decide, they're like, well, how should we approach this? He's more dangerous than ever. Like, what should we do? And then they're like, well, let's do this the old-fashioned way. And
rock, paper, scissors.
I love the rock, paper, scissors. It's funny. And Vegeta lost.
There was it in this episode or the last episode? There was a cool line where they were saying they're not going to fuse because like they want to try one-on-one.
That was like the only.
Vegeta was like, our Saiyan pride after all, and I was like, yeah, respect.
I agree with that. That was like the only highlight of last episode for me. But yeah, it was whenever they crushed the fusion earrings.
Yeah, but it's cool to see them back to their old ways where they're like, the stakes could not be higher, and they are most excited about the fight, even if it's like a battle for the universe. They're still like, this is going to be so sick.
It's very refreshing. I mean, at this point, if they lose, like,
who cares?
Right? It's already Earth is already destroyed and everything. But if they win, yippee!
Yeah, and like, yeah, they're about to have a good fight. That's what they care about most.
Yeah, and shoot, I was about. I don't remember what I was about. Oh, do you think in canon? So not a movie, not like I already told you, one of the movies is called Fusion Reborn that we'll watch soon. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they will fuse again? Period.
Yes.
Like, do you think we'll get a fusion dance one day?
I hope so.
Or Patara again?
I want to. No, I don't think we'll see Patar. I do think we'll see fusion though.
You think Vegeta would do the dance?
Well, I know that it happens in Fortnite, and we did have the episode recently in recent weeks where we learned how the universe traveling stuff happens. So I know that eventually we're gonna get to the Fortnite arc. where they will do a fusion dance.
But do you think Super Jonesy will be too powerful? Or maybe Master Chief will show up and save the day.
Isn't it crazy that it wouldn't be the biggest surprise if there was a manga, like one shot, where Fortnite and Dragon Ball Z collide.
It wouldn't be because they did it with Marvel.
Yeah, and they've done it with Batman. Toriyama could one day design a Fortnite character.
A Fortnite Jonesy. A Dragon Ball Jonesy. Yeah, anyway. Voiced by Troy Baker still.
Oh my God, yeah, true. Yeah, I guess he hasn't been in. I was gonna say he has, but I'm thinking of Matt Mercer.
So Kid Boo's standing over there. He's pounding his chest like a gorilla or a monkey. And
nice, because gorillas aren't monkeys.
They're apes, actually.
I like that you distinguished. Got a smart kid over here.
Apes together strong.
Great trilogy.
Yes, I know. I love the chaos. He fell asleep and Goku wakes him up by powering up. I could watch this sequence from this point forward, like basically ad nauseum on repeat and never get bored. It's just such eye candy.
I was worried whenever he was asleep and Goku was like freaking out. I wrote Goku go beat his ass.
Yeah, I know.
Because that's the moment to strike. And luckily he does like not waste the moment. He takes the moment to power up, which he might not have had the chance to do later. This isn't the type of villain who's going to want Goku to power up so they can see them.
Yeah, he's not going to be like, I respect him as a warrior.
Yeah.
I'll let him power up. No.
But yeah, the fight is just very cool. I don't remember it beat by beat unless you do, but I do have a few specific
Go ahead, I'd love to hear, and I'll fill in some gaps maybe.
My favorite was near the end, which is Boo using his... Actually, I've got two. One was the whack-a-mole, the feet whack-a-mole.
Yes, dude.
It really confused me at first because he was putting his foot in the ground. Well, I thought he was doing that thing where you're so powerful that the earth beneath you disappears.
That would have been cool, right?
Yeah. But then his feet were coming out, and I was like, "What the heck?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's like whack-a-mole." So his feet were going like crazy on the other side of.
That's a move in Fighters.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah,
that's so
sweet.
Cool. And then the other one was when he was using his head tail and whipping the shit out of Goku around.
Yeah.
The move is kind of like a little whimsical and not corny, but whatever. But the animation for it was really sick.
Right.
It was really cool. They had Boo way in the back, almost like a tilt shift, and they were slinging Goku right to the screen. Very cool.
It's so fluid, dude. It's so impressive. I think I have two favorite moments of my own. One is when Boo blasts Goku and there's an orange cloud and he rips through the cloud to move it out of the way as he's backing up.
Yeah. And
then two, whenever Boo he does a blast and so the planet starts shifting and the terrain is changing, and then the lightning bolts come down, and Goku's standing there menacingly.
Yeah,
dude, it's just so cool looking.
Another one that I wrote down: split mountain equals cool shot. Whenever Boo is on top and Goku's underneath in the ground, basically in the mountain, and he straight up splits it in half,
dude,
to escape.
And then of course this was the best or second best Super Saiyan 3 transformation. It felt good. It felt earned. It feels like Goku's getting serious. It might be.
What would you say is the best? What's
the first one?
Goku's
Super Saiyan 3
against Fat Boo. This one destroys that one.
Well, yeah. It destroys that one. It destroys that one.
It was
I
cool.
agree.
It was cool to see it, but
because he's actually fighting this time.
We talked about how it's as cool as Super Saiyan 2 was. Super Saiyan 3 was just kind of it happened.
I agree. So now, how cool, in your opinion, would it have been if Super Saiyan 3 up to this point didn't exist, which narratively would change nothing?
Yeah.
Nothing.
And it's even more annoying because Goku calls out, when I went Super Saiyan 3, I could have easily beaten Fat Boo, but I wanted my kids to save the world.
Which I think you predicted.
Yeah. So now we know it was complete BS, and it sucks because, what you're alluding to, if they had not done Super Saiyan 3 and this was our first Super Saiyan 3, that would have been amazing.
So let me set this up for you. He's fighting Fat Boo to distract so Trunks can get the radar just the same. Yep. But he's Super Saiyan 2 instead, which we know he can do. Yep. It's a losing battle, so he's like, well, I guess my time protecting Earth is up. These kids are then passing the torch, same thing. Vegeta still sacrificed himself, whatever. Gotenks is Super Saiyan 2, no 3. And then here, with that setup, with maybe Goku's earlier on, he says something about I wish I could have achieved another level before I had to give up the mantle. And then here, say he's struggling a little bit more against Kid Buu, and Vegeta is Kakarot, like, you have to do this to save the universe. And then that would have been the first. Dude, that would
With
have
this same
been
power-up, it would have been so cool.
much cooler.
I've seen this. I don't
And
think
it would change nothing. That's the worst part.
you could do that. I feel like we could do a whole episode on remove X from Boo Saga. Does anything change? And a lot of the answers would be no, nothing changes.
Totally Not Mark, who does a lot of Dragon Ball content, did a video on rewriting the Boo Saga, and it is quite good.
Thing that's awesome. I will go watch it right now after this.
Not yet. Pretty soon, though.
Soon though.
In 4 weeks or less.
I've not like watched this power up happen, but I recognize Goku on that like peak of cliff
A lot of
doing his thing.
A lot of really popular GIFs, I feel like, come from this episode because it looks so good.
Yeah.
Like the thumbs up, definitely a couple of the power ups, maybe like the lightning. Oh, definitely him like gripping through that orange cloud.
I like the Shadow Realm stuff too, like the circular blasts.
It reminds me of when we watched Broly, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I give it a 7 out of 7. I think that it is pretty much a perfect episode, aside from a couple of shortcuts to the Supreme Kai in them, but that's, whatever.
I gave it a 6, and I think because of Supreme Kai, but I could give this a 7.
Okay, so now my question for you is, do you think Vegeta gets his turn?
Yeah, I still think I'm going to be right, as my prediction last week.
Which was?
That Vegeta will get the dub.
Okay, why thematically, or why in general?
I don't know why thematically, but I know Vegeta's watching and just waiting for his moment. And I think Goku is like doing some damage to Boo, or at least wearing him out. And I think Vegeta's going to come in hot. And I think it's going to be like 3 minutes of just beating ass.
Do you think Vegeta gets Super Saiyan 3 or another power up?
Super Saiyan 3.
Super Saiyan
For
3.
sure. He can't watch it just happen like this and not do it.
Yeah, he did look at it, and he like kind of smirked, and he was like, "Okay, now Kakarot's getting serious."
Give me Super Saiyan 4. I don't know if that's a thing, but if Vegeta jumps over 3 and does 4 just to spite Goku,
that would be very Vegeta.
And like his hair just goes off the mountainside. That would be sick. Give me that.
Maybe Super Saiyan 100.
Super Saiyan.
Above a Super Saiyan.
That's a callback to episode 0.
Yeah, go
Dragon
watch
Ball
it
Speed.
if you
No,
haven't.
don't. It's bad. Oh, it's really bad.
I will say my face is a little rounder than it is in that episode.
My editing skills were not as great, but they were funny.
And your hair was shorter.
Much shorter. I was just a wee lad.
So what's crazy is that was over 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's bizarre. It doesn't feel like it.
Now we're about to finish. Every anniversary, I feel like I was like, we should do something. And then it passes me by.
We're on our 4th studio,
That's true.
which is wild.
That's true. We still need to decorate it.
Well, one day.
Anyway, I think that's all. I mean, do you think, okay, so you're assuming we're heading into the final battle here?
Oh, yeah.
Battle for the universe.
Yeah. We got, well, gosh, we still have 15 episodes, so. I don't know. I'm excited to see. I'm especially excited to reach the end because I know where Super begins. Like I know it begins with the movies, Battle of the Gods, and the other one. I don't know anything about Battle of the Gods. I do remember that Frieza's in F or whatever, but I don't remember anything beyond that. And I'm excited to see how we connect this to Battle of the Gods. I don't know anything about the movie, but it sounds like it's a big climactic event. And so I'm interested.
You know
to see.
nothing about Battle of Gods?
I mean, I know that they get like the blue hair or whatever from that, or I think they do because they have it in the one we saw in F in theaters. But like it sounds like a very climactic event, so I'm excited to see how they go from this to that. Does the show and movies address that Z has been gone for like 15 years? Or does it just treat it like we're back with another season? Or I don't know. I'm excited. And I don't know how much longer Boo's going to go. It feels like we're much closer to the end than 15 episodes. I don't know what more tricks they have.
We're 12 episodes.
12 episodes. That's right. 290. Even then, I feel like we are maybe 2 more episodes of Boo fighting. And then we'll have a marriage arc for 3 episodes, and then even that leaves us with another 7 to go.
And those final 7 are for the volcano arc.
Oh, okay, good. I was wondering if they were going to do a callback.
Yeah, Tien and Yam should come back for a volcano on Supreme Kai's planet.
Where is Chaozu?
I can only assume
Super
long dead.
Yeah.
Because Tien,
Not dead?
well, he was on Earth and Earth is exploded.
Was he absorbed?
No?
That's right. He just got kicked.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Well, he's dead either way.
Yeah, he's super dead now.
I honestly don't know where we left him off when he showed up to help with Boo.
He got kicked.
He showed up with the hardest fit
Yeah, he
anyone has ever seen, and then got kicked and was never seen again.
That's really how you should do things. If you're gonna show up after a long time.
So what's funny is the Earth didn't actually explode because of Boo's blast. The Earth exploded because Chaozu jumped on its back and blew it up.
That little devil, that little rascal, he's known to do that.
Yeah.
Is there any other characters where is Sneeze Girl?
Launch? We haven't seen her since
Since
Dragon Ball, I don't think.
was she in Dragon Ball? Is that what I know Launch from?
Yes. And she's not in Dragon Ball Z at all because supposedly because he completely forgot about her existence going into like future Dragon Ball. Like anytime he would go back to the Kame house, he just forgot she was supposed to be there.
Dang. And Marin?
Marin,
Runs off with, Kim?
Krillin's ex or Marin, Krillin's daughter?
I forget about that. That really is so weird.
Anyway, both dead.
Yeah. Krillin's daughter's dead? Oh, Earth, yeah.
Everyone's dead except
Yeah.
for Satan, Dende, and B.
I never would have predicted
The last
Satan to
human
be
alive.
the final, like in the finale lineup. I can't believe it. I'm glad B is still alive, though.
Do you think Satan will get one champ moment?
No, I don't. I don't know what his purpose is anymore.
I think he is incredibly effective as comic relief.
we cut to him, and
He's just like, no.
and it's like, you sounded like our friend Nick. I know Nick
Yes.
could replicate that sound
He
perfectly.
definitely could.
Yeah, I don't like Mr. Satan still, but he's like so background now that it doesn't bother me when I see him on screen. I just, it's like my eyes censor him immediately. Take him out of the episode.
My question now is, what is to you the worst way, no filler,
Yeah.
okay? What is the worst way to you that this series could conclude? Like the ending of the series, what to you would be like the worst possible ending? Like within the realm of realism. Realistically speaking,
Oh,
what is an ending that would have you like pissed?
I think if they
Especially especially in the context of this being the actual end and Super not existing.
I think if they get the Dragon Balls and reverse everything, like reverse state, and just everybody's still alive, and there's no casualties, there's no nothing. It almost feels as if everything we've been through in Z didn't happen because everyone's still around.
Right.
I mean, I would like that. It would make for some sweet moments, but I don't know. I want some casualties of war.
Do you think that's how the last episode would be?
I think it could. I could definitely see them doing the Dragon Balls wish reversed thing, and then everything's back to normal. But I don't know. You know what I do want? A great ending would be, if you are going to do some reverse stuff, get me Android 16 back. I saw South Kai. South Kai has like very similar design to 16, and I was like, I miss 16.
Yeah.
That sweet fellow.
They brought everyone back but him.
Yeah.
He was a legitimate casualty.
Yeah. And I the respect, that's sick. And look, he still got his pop figure.
I like the birds.
I want my bird.
Well, that is episode 87 of Dragon Ball Speak. We have actually 4 more because if you think about it, when we record episode 90, that would be a double episode, and that would be the last 6 episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we might as well champion it out.
Champion it out.
So we'll do 90 is the final episode of Dragon Ball Speak episode reviews of Dragon Ball Z. 91, or should we include it in 90 and have 90 be like a mega episode? And
we should do 91.
91 will be full arc reviews, full retrospective, favorite characters, least favorite characters.
No, we gotta egg it out. We gotta draw it out.
Arc rankings.
We'll do 90 will be arc review and rankings, and then I think we do 91, and then I think 92 we do some fun little matchups type stuff.
Ooh,
Cell versus
that'd be cool.
Boo.
That'd be cool.
Different like the fun things, because I do think our saga review should be like our definitive
Yeah, I agree.
with no hijinks.
I agree. We'll do Saga review too with like the 4 main ones, and then like also including like Android, Garlic Jr., driver training,
of course, yes.
And we'll go ahead and start with Super. But the way we're gonna do Super is we're gonna do a Battle of Gods review as released. Then we're gonna do a Resurrection F review, and then
I want to watch the original release of the first arc of Super.
You can't.
Really?
Yeah.
They've scrubbed it?
Yeah, it's I have the we are going to have the Blu-rays, and the Blu-rays are touched up.
Dang.
But it still looks like shit.
Oh, well, that's good. But I still want to.
Maybe we'll do a YouTube. We'll do a YouTube watch of those.
A live reacts.
I do still want us to review Fusion Reborn. I think that's our last Dragon Ball Z movie that we should review because it's the only other really great one that comes to mind.
I also want to watch the worst Dragon Ball Z movie.
We're gonna watch Bio Broly, so that's probably what it is. I forgot about that. Bio Broly, and then we'll probably mix those in whenever.
Yeah.
And then of course Super, we're gonna be watching episodically as well.
And the fans have been asking, when are we watching Evolution?
Shoot, if we do Evolution, we have to like. Yeah, I would like for it to be like, I don't know. I almost wanted it to be like a watch along or like us reacting to it, but like it's too long.
We'll do it in 30-minute chunks. We'll do 3 episodes on Evolution where we just, I imagine, destroy this movie.
That would be really fun.
Maybe it will be Dragon Ball Speaks' Last Jedi. Maybe I will love this movie.
I wouldn't be freaking surprised, dude. I wouldn't even be surprised.
It's M. Night Shyamalan that did this movie? Or no, I'm thinking of Avatar.
You're thinking of Avatar? I don't know.
This is just like some random
no name.
Yeah.
But after Super, then we can watch Superhero. And by that point, hopefully Super has a season 2.
And we can watch Broly, the real one.
Oh, right. Broly and Superhero. I forgot.
And we can watch Sand Time or Sandland.
I
keep seeing stuff about it. It's funny because it's so Dragon Ball Z character design.
Oh yeah, he's very. I mean, Chrono Trigger is the same way.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, that's not Dragon Ball Z. That is
Sandland.
Land.
I don't think anyone really read that. I didn't.
From what I have heard, it's like his least popular manga.
Because he started with Dr. Slump, and then he did Dragon Ball, and then he did like Sandland and a couple other things, I think.
Does he do anything new now, or is it just straight up?
He just does the outlines for Super, and then his protege Toyotaro draws it.
Oh, I didn't know you had a protege like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you like?
Art wise, not always, and story wise, not always. Art wise, dude. Sometimes it's good, and then sometimes it's like bad, dude.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes it's like broken legs and broken necks, but like they're not supposed to be broken.
Like Captain America in the 90s.
Yeah.
Live, laugh, love, you know.
But he has gotten a lot better, and the arcs have gotten better. Anyway,
we'll see you in the new year, or we'll see you next year.
Oh yeah. Also, by the way, my wife is pregnant, and I'm having twins.
Boom!
I forgot to mention. I was gonna say something about that at the beginning, but I did the old Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah, you got your priorities straight. It's a reference to a show that I don't think either of us have watched, or a big life-changing announcement.
It was more of a reference to The Office for me, I think.
That makes sense.
But if you got this far, then thank you for hearing my little announcement.
Their names are Goten and Gohan, actually.
Actually, their names are Gotenks and B.
Yep.
My 2 favorite characters. Or Hercule and Satan. Or
Hercule, Satan, O'Toole.
Or I could do Cell
O'Toole.
Or I could do Imperfect Cell. Anyway,
that would actually be sick as fuck.
That's all I got. That's all we got.
See you in 2023. Will there be a studio upgrade?
Yes.
No.
Definitely
not in the next episode you watch.
Happy New Year.
And have a great holiday. It's Christmas.
Oh my God.